What is the dumbest question a customer ever asked you? I was 23, freshly out of college, wearing a suit that didn't quite fit right, and sitting in the lobby of a marketing firm that looked like it had been decorated by someone who thought modern just meant glass and gray. I had applied for a junior copywriting role. Entry level, nothing fancy, but I was nervous anyway. It was my third interview that month, and I was desperate to get out of my part-time retail job and start doing something with the degree that had cost me 4 years and a mountain of debt. The receptionist led me down a hallway lined with framed inspirational quotes. I sat across from a man named Chris, the hiring manager. He looked like he had once been cool and never really let that go. Faded band tee under a blazer, slightly ironic sneakers, hair styled like it had taken effort but wasn't supposed to look like it. He smiled too much. He asked the usual questions first. Why do you want to work here? What's your biggest weakness? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I had practiced all of it. I was doing fine. Then came the moment. He looked at my resume, nodded thoughtfully, and leaned forward. If you were a kitchen appliance, he said, what would you be and why? At first, I thought I'd misheard him. He repeated it, slower this time. You were a kitchen appliance. I blinked, looked at him, looked at the notepad in my lap. He was dead serious, smiling, pen in hand, waiting. I panicked a little, not visibly, I hoped. My brain scrambled through images of toasters and coffee makers and air fryers like it was flipping through flashcards at lightning speed. I thought of saying blender, then worried that sounded too chaotic. Microwave seemed lazy. Oven was too traditional. I needed something clever, something unique. I looked up and said, I think I'd be a stand mixer. He lit up. Oh, why's that? I said, because I'm reliable, consistent, and good at bringing different ingredients, ideas in this case, together smoothly. I might not be flashy, but I get the job done, and people trust me in their kitchen. He nodded like I'd just recited Shakespeare. That's a great answer. I walked out of that interview unsure whether I'd nailed it or just survived it. I told my roommate about the question, and she laughed so hard she choked on her coffee. What would you be, a spatula? She asked, and we spent the next 20 minutes assigning kitchen appliances to our entire friend group. I didn't get the job. They emailed me a week later saying they had decided to move forward with another candidate. I ended up finding a better role a few months after, at a place that didn't ask me to compare myself to household items, but I still remember that interview. Not because it was terrible or because Chris was awful. He wasn't. He was actually kind. It was just ridiculous. The kind of moment that pulls you out of your own nerves and makes you realize how strange the whole process can be. Every so often, when people trade stories about bad interviews or weird questions, I tell them about the stand mixer. It always gets a laugh, and somehow, despite it being one of the dumbest questions I've ever been asked, it taught me how to stay calm, stay quick, and say something with enough confidence to make even nonsense sound like strategy.